This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
It's so much. It's so much more intense than the rest of the game will be. That's the highlight.
Oh,
so we'll end the episode here. That's episode 1. Tune in.
It's your endorphin rush. Welcome to Yoda Stories.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
I make a lot of good decisions. I have a lot of good ideas. I get paid for them. This is not one of those. This is sometimes you want to take day off to have a bad idea. This is Yoda Stories. It's a bigger part of my childhood than it should be. Mm-hmm. This is a remnant of a time before games were good. But this is so hard to control.
I don't know if that's accurate though. Like, I would love to see the about screen on in help for this thing to see what year it came out, because I'm pretty sure that if this is officially, like, this is an official product. Like, don't go into this with any expectations like that this is some weird bootleg. It feels like one. Let's not kid ourselves, but it is not. Like, this is an official product.
The help no longer functions. I did try that earlier. I wanted to see if I could see the old help menus.
You know
I can't
what?
get them
I can
working.
Google this shit. I gotta know what year this came out.
I'm gonna grab R2 here.
1997. Hey!
We don't have Matt. Himself. He does. We don't have Matt here with us, so Luke and I will have to provide inappropriate voices.
Okay.
R2, what are you doing here?
Nice.
You want to be R2?
Sure. Well, beasts, I'm here to help. Take me along, then drop me on anything you find confusing, and I'll give you some hints.
It's one of my favorite elements is that's not how R2-D2 works. But we can drop R2 on stuff.
Uh-huh. This is your X-Wing fighter. To take off, bump into the cockpit. That's also not how that works.
So yeah, what's one interesting thing about this is I played this before. I played so many hours of this. I'm supposed to find Yoda in this randomly generated Dagobah, but I can just leave. If I just get my X-Wing, I can just go. And I'm now on the mission, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
But I can also just
Hoth.
I better get back to Dagobah. And then, I just go back to Dagobah.
That's a long trip.
It's so far.
Wasted so much time.
And the game is so hard to control that it's really easy to accidentally get into your X-Wing and leave and not know what to do about it.
Okay, so for people who don't know what Yoda Stories is, I was one such person prior to you kind of like sort of explaining to me what this was. And it's so much more than I ever thought. Like what is this, first of all, and how does it work?
So this is like a very old, pretty bad roguelike. It's really what it is. The levels and the missions are randomly generated from a sort of pool of assets.
So it is a Star Wars, like Star Wars roguelike in the same vein as like Shiren the Wanderer or like a NetHack or something like that in weird ways.
There was an Indiana Jones title that preceded this one. I don't know. There he is. So yeah, the Dagobah is, even though we always come back to it, it is random every time. And this fucker's hiding somewhere in the woods.
Mm-hmm. As one does. I mean, you gotta figure Yoda has to have some way to pass the time.
Yeah.
Well, and if it's hiding from Luke Skywalker every time he shows up in Dagobah, like we didn't see that point in time in Return of the Jedi where Luke Skywalker went back to see Yoda and how long it took Yoda to get there. Like, I mean, yeah, Yoda was bedridden by the beginning, or sort of at the end, but he did hobble over to his bed. So, like, he could have been hiding in, like, the Darth Vader head cave, or whatever. Like, who knows, right?
At this point in Yoda's life, he doesn't know anyone but Luke. He gets no other visitors, but he makes it his full-time mission to fuck with Luke from the get-go.
From films, that feels pretty accurate. I don't know, like, if people have watched Empire Strikes Back recently, but, like, you know, rooting through his bag, stealing his sausages,
riding around on him, like it's it's not an easy relationship at first.
Okay, so do you do a decent Frank Oz, or are you gonna?
I don't know. I haven't tried a Yoda in a long time. There you are, Luke. It's a little more Skeksis. That's a little more Chamberlain than, there you are, Luke. Heard my call, you did, yes. General Moritz, a leader of the rebellion, has been kidnapped by I'm just leaning into the Chamberlain, by the way.
Sure,
I'm not trying to course correct. Has been kidnapped by stormtroopers. Danger there is. Fly you must to the frigid snow planet of Etorasp. Not Hoth, apparently.
It's not Hoth, okay.
And rescue the general before Vader tortures it's very hard to control even this, the rebel battle plans out of him. Here, take this. Help you, it will.
Ooh, a sonic cleaver.
Almost all of the items, apart from weapons, are basically nothing. They have no particular purpose. We're just going to need one to do a stupid thing. So
is a sonic cleaver not, like, just a really brutal-sounding lightsaber?
It's sound instead of light.
Yeah,
so you
sound saber.
You swing it, there's no visual effect, but the person still gets cut in half. So we're off to this planet, whose name I don't remember.
Etorasp. I believe.
Nice. Okay, I want to open this. I know I can. This might be the first challenge. Is
click it when it's on the right the right frame so that it actually doesn't eat your input?
Maybe I don't know actually how... Maybe I can't open that. I seem to recall that being openable. You guys will have to excuse me while I fumble around and accidentally get into my X-Wing a bunch of times.
Oh, that's a thing.
Okay. That is how you interact with stuff, so...
You just dismissed him. There's a Tauntaun there. I don't know. It doesn't look like you can get into that ambulance right there.
Oh, that Tauntaun had some rations.
Okay.
Someone's gonna die in this.
Carved it right out of him. Just a leg of Tauntaun.
I know I can push boxes, and it's going to be a very important skill in this game. There are only so many puzzles, and all of them are box heavy.
Okay. So I googled this, and apparently this was developed by a company called Taurus Games, and published by LucasArts and THQ for some reason, apparently. So, like, yet another LucasArts game, Star Wars, that was not developed by LucasArts themselves. Like, I feel like that is the one, like, major injustice of the early 90s video game, like, time bubble, is that, like, LucasArts themselves never made a Star Wars game, despite being the Star Wars company. And now, like, that's all they fucking make. But, like, I'm a huge fan of the old LucasArts point-and-click adventure games. Monkey Island, Grim Fandango, Day of the Tentacle, Maniac Mansion. All amazing fucking point-and-click adventure games. I have no idea why they never made a Star Wars one. I figured it would be great. I saw one or two back when I was during my indie game developer days, when I was really like deep in the adventure game studio community. I saw a couple of like proof of concepts of fan made Star Wars stuff. Oh, we got to read this shit. Here, scroll back up.
I didn't recall him having that much audio. I was trying not to cut up your anecdote.
No,
I was like, I think fine. This guy just says.
I said what I meant to say. Greetings, sir. Welcome to our planet. I am a medical droid, general practitioner class. 2-1B, fully qualified to treat all injuries and wounds. If you need my services, please don't hesitate to visit. Meanwhile, be careful. This is a dangerous country. Before you venture far away, try to find a terrain locator. It will locate terrain for you. It will clarify the situation here and keep you from getting lost. Stay on the lookout for weapons as well. You can never have too many. You know, Jedis are well known for using things aside from lightsabers, you know. I like my patients well equipped. That way they can stay healthy, and I can relax. Because as an android, programmed with only one purpose, not healing people is the thing that I like.
It's interesting that they set his bedside manner protocols to Haunted Mansion. Oh, cool. It's an Ewok. He's far from home. Knack, knack. Snow no good. Thanks, Ewok. That's great.
You forget that there's sound in this game because it's it's like few and far between.
It's real quiet.
The little subtle, sudden lightsaber noises are fantastic.
I seem to recall you got to lightsaber the plants if you want to get ahead in life in here. I might be wrong about that. It's been a little while. I don't know if you can lightsaber the Ewoks. I don't want to find out. I don't really want to know. All right, that doesn't seem productive. So
at least not yet.
I could swear to God this thing always has stuff in it. I have so many memories of prying that thing open every time.
There's procedural generation. It's entirely possible this whole time, you've always gotten an item, but it's randomized.
Just by chance.
Yeah.
And I could have sworn there was a way to move these. Oh no. Oh no. It's shift. I have to hold shift.
Alright, why not?
That was like ancient muscle memory. This isn't shift, is it? Is that this thing's problem? Alright, no, that's not that. That thing has...
Alright, so it looks like... I'm assuming that green sort of four-directional thing tells you that you have... Oh, what's that? Ice mushrooms.
I can pull things. That's also going to be an important skill.
Oh.
It's good that I'm remembering some of this stuff.
Yeah, so for context, this isn't something that we just found randomly and thought would be fun. This is like a formative part of your childhood, yes?
Oh, yeah, no. So there was a playable level of this game. I don't know why it was released, but it was called Hoth with Luke.
Hoth with Luke?
It was one repeating level of this that I played for ages until eventually I managed to track down the full version of Yoda Stories. And at the time, I had no better games on my machine. It was like straight from Sopwith to this. We should do Sopwith on the show one of these days. I'm not good at it. So we need a ruffian voice. Looking for equipment? I'm your man, of course. Trading in arms and medicine is forbidden by imperial decree. On the other hand, out here in the tundra, a man's gotta scrounge to live, right? I'll trade junk, major medicine, or money. Whether you cleared it through customs or not. So if I find junk, I can give it to this guy and he'll give me grenades and blasters and stuff, which are strictly better than the lightsaber.
The, two head heights character sprites is an interesting stylistic choice.
Yeah, Luke's weird looking, to say the very least.
And it's like they didn't try that hard to recreate my Mark Hamill. Or maybe I'm just being unkind, but I don't feel like that sprite really captures Mark Hamill's essence perfectly. So it's like you put so much of your tile into showing that head. Oh my!
Score! Score 1 for the Rebel Alliance, and look, a locator. I love to use the Empire's own tools against them. So now we have a locator.
Nice.
Is there a... Yeah, L is the shortcut for that. That's a Yoda Stories pro tip. So if you don't find the locator, you are just flying blind. Once you have the locator, you can see the level layout, which is vaguely a Nookshuk-like.
Right. So, yeah, the terrain locator. It has located all of the available terrain.
It has found all of the terrain for us.
Yeah.
We now know about all terrain.
Yeah, you couldn't be 100% sure that it was there underneath you until you had something to tell you for sure. Alright. Now, it's just telling you the layout of the land, or...?
It'll tell you if there's...
Also places
yeah, it'll tell you places that you've been, what you've explored, but it'll also tell you about things. So I think a puzzle piece is an actual puzzle. I think it might have just been referring to the fact that there was a locator.
Yeah.
Which is not much of a puzzle.
I'm not seeing a whole lot else in this map right now, but...
There's weird stuff, like... So we don't have the Force yet. Like we have to find Dagobah on every... we have to find on every mission. We have to find Ghost Kenobi somewhere hidden in the snow here, and he will give us the Force.
Okay.
And then we can use the Force for things such as discombobulating enemies.
Okay, so we just don't have the Force yet. Like, Luke has been retconned to not have the Force until he makes it to the planet of Adarask after Ben Kenobi has already died.
Yeah, the Force is not with us today. So welcome to combat. We just got a little bit hurt there. There wasn't much we could do about it. That's the ploop sound that things make when they die.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Ploop you. So this will go from green to yellow, possibly to red, and then to black. And black is death. Right. We have a fairly generous amount of health, but those were just sort of, snow bugs. Those weren't wampas or anything. Right. And there's for sure going to be a wampa. There's going to be a wampa, and one of these perfectly innocuous mounds of snow. Oh, stormtroopers.
Nice.
These guys can shoot at us.
And this predates the whole, lightsabers can reflect, phaser fire back at people, right? Phaser is not the right word for Star Wars. Blaster fire.
There would just be no way to know. Like, this game, combat is frantic because you can't tell if you're winning.
Whoever walks away alive is the one that won in this particular case.
Who's getting hurt? Me? Him? Who knows?
Okay, so is there an arc in your lightsaber swings?
I think I can affect diagonally.
Okay. Because I'm seeing you damaging this guy, but he was, at an angle to you, so...
I probably don't need to kill all the stormtroopers, but I choose to. That's my choice. That's... puzzle pieces might just be items. That's misleading iconography.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
Welcome to really fucking thin ice.
Oh, this is a teleporter. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's sometimes... Yep. So the only place we can teleport to is here. Teleporters, as you know, are a Star Wars classic.
It's a fast travel. Yeah, it's fast travel station. Star Wars.
Yeah, it's
teleportation.
When you think Star Wars, you don't think about long journeys to anywhere for sure. You think about teleport pads. Sometimes there are broken ice puzzles. I don't think you can die falling into broken ice, but I'm prepared to find out the hard way. There's not a lot of consequences for losing. The levels are not that long, and they're all randomly generated. There is a small amount of continuity.
Right.
All enemies are uniformly dangerous in this world.
This game wasn't trying very hard to kill you, though, or trying hard. The rocks are loose here. Okay.
Yeah. The rocks are loose here.
Do you need to use your sonic cleaver or something? Is this an inventory puzzle?
Oh, maybe. It doesn't seem like it. Could be a stasis mine problem, but I think sometimes the deal with loose rocks is Zelda-esque. You can kind of come down from the other side.
Oh, you can jump down from a height.
Or, like, you can push your way back down through or something.
Okay.
So the lightsabers doesn't seem to help. It could also be a problem for the Force.
Right. Okay.
Everything kind of just is or does whatever, in this game.
This place is a bit of a wash, or this screen at least for now. You may need to return here after you've found Ben.
Oh yeah, it's indicating that there's a wall of some sort. So
right. Okay.
I don't know if I can actually get past that wall. I look at the locator pretty spastically when I'm playing Yoda Stories. So
I mean, like, it seems like that's probably the right call.
You never want to close the distance with an enemy. You want to stay away, swing the lightsaber, and just allow them to walk into it.
Right. I'm going to walk forward with my arms swinging like this. And
get out of here, snow hams!
I
hate these snow hams.
Good old snow hams.
With your blue, your blue combs and your pink mouths. These don't seem to be aware of me at all. They don't really seem to be trying to get me. These might be the sapient natives, for all I know, of this planet.
Yeah, you didn't when you were kind of taking a couple of swings at that one. So. Right.
Oh yeah,
we'll continue our adventure in Adarask next time. But thank you very much for joining us for Yoda Stories. This is exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing how far we get in this.
I remember this exact puzzle, so join us next time when I solve this puzzle from memory.
Nice. Bye, everyone.